Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I am Susan Wilson, Group Vice President with Informatica. Today I have the great pleasure of talking with Ioana Mazare, Vice President, Enterprise Data Strategy at UPS.
We're seeing more of the data leaders like yourself, Ioana, taking on more ownership of analytics and AI. Does this make it easier to deliver those tangible business outcomes that we're talking about, also to insert it into the framework that you just described?
Susan, the short answer is yes, but let me elaborate. At UPS, that seems to be a natural evolution, and that's what's happening. The enterprise data office that I lead and the advanced analytics and business intelligence groups, including AI, are part of the enterprise data and analytics program. So our structure recognizes the partnership and the ultimate purpose of data, which is not data, but to deliver value by transforming the information into insights and wisdom relevant to the organization. And that usually involves using business intelligence and analytics, including AI. So having an enterprise data and analytics program allows us to build an integrated roadmap for data management, for governance, for value, but also for analytics, for prioritizing projects, and for production and for the execution to deliver what matters. And there are a few approaches that really worked for us under that framework. Look, having visibility into those projects, right, that analytics and AI are supporting, allows us to prioritize the critical data for those projects, right? So really, that is a springboard for my team to work with business to identify and curate the data that it's valuable for each function and make sure that it is ready for all and any use.
I love that in terms of creating that shared framework, that visibility, transparency. These teams working together, they can generate so much more value by being together in an organization and deliver on things that are much more business meaningful. Generative AI has, of course, emerged as a favored topic of conversation from boardrooms to the dinner tables. Is this already impacting your data strategy priorities and people calling in say, Ioana, what can we do here in this space?
Really, I like that question. And look, UPS at its core is a technology company. Yeah. We're moving over 20 million packages a day throughout a physical network. We deliver to millions of customers. And we fuel a global supply chain and a healthcare logistics network around the world. But that means we've always been early adopters and pioneers of innovative tools, technology, and analytics, and always exploring that art of possible. So this is nothing new for us. And by the way, UPS has been using machine learning and AI for over 10 years already. I'll just give you an example because I think a lot of people know about it, and because we're proud of Orion, which is the on-the-road integrated optimization and navigation platform. And this is the tool that guides in real time today daily pickups and delivery routes for package drivers. So this is one of the many prominent examples of how UPS is using algorithmic decision-making today. But as leaders, it is also our responsibility to look at the latest technologies and tools, including generative AI, to make sure that we can help the organization achieve objectives faster, to help our employees work better, to be smarter at really helping and customizing solutions for our customers. So the first step is to ensure in all this that critical data are available, that we partner with stakeholders around the company to identify where to start and pilot generative AI applications to accelerate those efficiencies and value. And we know that most of the time it's not spent on models. Most of the time is spent on making sure that you find the right data, that you have access to quality data, that you capture the right data, in terms of volume and diversity to make an informed decision. And so we really partner when it comes to AI development with AI teams and with our advanced analytics partners to prioritize the right areas of our program to make sure that we are in a good space to extract value through AI and generative AI in more areas of the business today, because the use has been permeating more areas of the business that probably yesterday we did not really think about, right? Through LLM models and through all the other ways the technology and analytics is enabling us today.
Let's double click into that a bit more, because I'd imagine you've got a number of, you've got probably a large demand for your team in terms of innovation objectives and also things that you have to balance on the risk angle as well.
Oh, yes.
And that could be a balancing act, right? How are you addressing that balancing act? And also, how is that also helping you to evolve your data governance program to address that balancing act of innovation initiatives as well as risk-related initiatives that can impact the profile?
There are so many layers there. One, I will start by saying that right away we realized that that permeation of AI and the explosion of generative AI, that it's really at everyone's fingertips, needs to be contained and really guided, right, for our employees. And so we developed a set of guidelines and guardrails for responsible AI and generative AI to make sure that we are addressing the need to protect the information and companies' reputation against potential threats, to make sure that we are safeguarding sensitive data, that we are maintaining privacy and regulatory compliance. And in fact, we, like with everything else, developed targeted training and communication to all our employees with special focus on roles, distinguishing between users versus developers. And our approach is to continue to balance the need for protection and the general framework for responsibility and goals to make sure that we are encouraging and we continue to support innovation and growth. And that's a tough balance, right? And we're learning as we go, but we want to make sure that we are doing that the right way. And to answer your question about governance and how we balance that governance, right? When you think about what's happening today and what's been happening over the past decade, data has been doubling every 2 years.
I want to thank you so much for sharing your points of view, your best practices, where you are in the journey and where you're going. Thank you so much for your time.
Susan, I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes. And again, congratulations for the Global Data Power Women's List. You truly very well deserved. We're very excited about that. And to our audience, thank you Please visit cdomagazine.tech for more additional interviews. Thank you all.
Thank you.